on the way. Maybe getting a couple guys back tomorrow. How good will that be to kind of get reinforcements?
Yeah, we hope. Good day in practice today. They're on the court, so hopefully they're back out there. It'll be good to have them back.
How'd they look to you? How are they moving?
They're good. I mean, they still got to get some of that basketball rhythm back. Last couple of days, getting a lot of shots up, getting a lot of individual work for those guys. And hopefully it won't take them too long tomorrow to get going.
Does this feel like a little bit of those, in-season mini reset moments for you guys? You get 3 days off, you breathe a little bit, probably get your legs back.
100%. There'll be a lot of guys beat up after that last game, mentally, physically, and so you get a nice off day on Tuesday. Yesterday we went live for a little bit, but mostly the last 2 days have been practices more, mentally going over our stuff, and it's a good reset. Feels like we played a ton of games earlier.
DeMar mentioned the idea of maybe that'll help the shooting collectively, get your legs back.
Yeah, you hope. I'll take anything. We'll take anything we can get at this point. Anything to help.
What kind of have been the points of emphasis in these couple days of practices?
We watched a lot of film of that Atlanta game. I think we shot ourselves in the foot a lot, gave up a lot of stuff in transition. So kind of cleaning that up and then continuing to get better with our sets in the half court with a lot of the different lineups that we use, different looks. Just kind of again getting those guys in rhythm. Went a little bit live yesterday to get on some game action, but for the most part, it's been a lot of individual work the last couple of days.
Like I mentioned that you guys played 15 games in 26 days. I'm curious, how grueling is that, physically and mentally to start the year?
It's tough. It's definitely tough. I think there's, sick bug has kind of been going around. A couple of our coaches have caught it. I think a couple of players have been coughing, sniffling for a little bit, and then you add that into physically every single night. A lot of back-to-backs, a couple 5 and 7s in there, and luckily they eased up on practice for us a little bit, but it's tough. I mean, 15 out of 26. You guys can think about that. Hopefully it slows down. I'd rather it be early in the season we have that type of stretch rather than late in the season, but most of the teams are going to go through it.
Is there any drawback of having a schedule like that and all of a sudden you kind of come to a little bit of a halt because of those 3 days off and then having to pick back up again?
Not really. I think our bodies needed a day or two to kind of take a deep breath, sleep in a little bit. That was kind of nice. I feel like I've slept a lot more in the past 2 days than I had for about the week before that. So it's always nice. You get these little quick breaks in the middle of the season.
You've had a long summer rehab. Obviously, you get dropped right into opening night. How do you feel about a month into kind of your return?
Still getting there. I think, finding again. I've used it a lot. The consistency of what we're doing. The early season again, kind of getting my legs underneath me, and now we've had a couple guys out for a couple weeks. Offensively, I think we're throwing a lot of different lineups and trying to figure out the best way that we can play as a team. And so a lot of different changing, moving parts. I was sick for about a week in there. And so just looking for some consistency, build a couple days, build a couple weeks where it can just be consistent games, practices, extra work, keep myself healthy, and really try to build on that.
Is there any potential benefit to having a few games without some of your top guys in terms of other guys getting opportunities and maybe getting a feel for things?
I think so. It's great to see someone like Keon obviously get hot. Not having certain guys on the floor and him having the confidence of we need you to shoot. Like when you're out on the court, we need guys looking for their shot, and him not maybe looking over his shoulder like he could be with our whole team in there. Him getting that confidence. Orlando getting some minutes, Isaac getting some minutes. Mason was thrown out there for a little bit. I thought Jordan's played really well in his minutes, and so everybody getting extended minutes. I'm sure the coaching staff probably likes it to get to see everyone play together, but I think it's good to see our whole team, but in the same breath, anytime you can have Domantas or DeMar or Malik on the court, you'll take that too.
Mike's definitely emphasized, obviously shoot when you're open, but Keon talked about how sometimes, you want to make sure that you're not taking away from some of the other guys or making sure it's the right shot. Just what's kind of that balance of recognizing, you're a good shooter and, trying to get a feel for what is technically open and the ones that they do want you to take?
Yeah, it's taking the shots within our offense, taking good shots, obviously, but then knowing the shots that if you're passing up a great shot to later in the possession get probably a worse shot. And so it's kind of figuring that piece out. Anytime it's inside out type of three, you got to usually take those. Anytime we get an open look within our offense or within an action that we run, you're supposed to take that. That's a team shot. But then again, I think a lot of guys, including myself, a lot of times you're out there, you're like, I'm going to play the right way. I'm going to drive, I'm going to kick, not going to take contested threes, not going to take contested pull-ups, and a lot of times you're looking for the best shot, and so it takes a little bit to kind of figure out what that is, especially individually. I think I'll take different shots than Fox takes, and Fox will take different shots what Malik and Domas and DeMar and those guys take, but for the most part, I think you're looking for the best shot within our offense, whatever that means.
What would you think about just watching Fox kind of go to work and try to carry a greater, portion of the load with DeMar and Domas and Malik out?
Yeah, I mean, we needed it. He's obviously capable of doing that. It's not something that I think we'll expect him to do every single night, but his just aggressiveness of I need to probably be really aggressive this game for us to have a chance to win this, and him getting up into that 30-shot range of just, again, aggressiveness, playing downhill, looking for his shot, looking to be aggressive, making the defense react to him, and then getting everybody else going. And that'll change again as you have different guys on the court. But for those couple games where we needed him to get downhill and get into the paint and create stuff, it was great to see, especially be on the court with him.
Have you thought for a long time he was capable of 50-plus?
I have, just 'cause I've always thought he's a guy that can get to any shot he wants. There's special players in this league can get to their spots no matter what, and I think he's one of those players. So it just was a matter of if he was making shots, shooting well that night, and he was.
Thanks, everyone. Thanks, Kevin.
Thank you, guys.
Appreciate it.